Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. Today what I want to do is I want to show you guys how to cut in these metal boxes like this and like this, and I also want to show you how to use these F-clips, so stick around guys. Alright, so in a previous video guys, what I did is I was showing you guys how to use this tool right here to cut in these boxes. This tool right here is also good for commercial electricians just as it is residential. I'm going to show you guys how to use this because usually in residential you use the plastic boxes, you know, like this most of the time, and in the commercial you would use the metal boxes similar to this right here, these little boxes here. Now, and then you know you'd use your F-clips, or you would use a box very similar to this with the metal things. Now when I was doing electrical, I never actually ever used anything like this because we always, for some reason, always had to use these and then put the F-clips in. I'm going to show you guys how to do that, how to get them as tight as possible, just with tools that you guys have. Now, I could go out and get my Klein needle nose to show you how to use this, but I'm going to use my Leatherman wave to bend these. We'll get into that when the time comes. However, let's learn about this right here. Now, this is a awesome tool that, you know, a lot of the times when you would, if you didn't have this tool, the way you would get this box to cut in is you would lay it on the sheetrock and then you would draw around it. Now I'm going to show you guys that technique in case you don't want to buy one of these. But keep in mind, I will leave this down below in the description to Amazon. It'll be an affiliate link if you guys want to check it out. Purchase it, it'll help my channel. There'll be an affiliate link down below. It helps my channel grow, so anything that I possibly could get money-wise from it, I would just reinvest in the channel. Now, let me show you guys the first way to do this, just by using the box. How to draw it on here, and then we'll use this, and we'll cut in one on this side, or right here, and then we'll cut in one here using this. So we'll cut in with the box, and then we'll cut in with this, and you can see the difference. Not much difference. But if you're making a bunch of these, you know, you can just, like your journeyman or you, whatever, can go around and use this, draw it on here, cut it out, and keep on going so you don't have to carry a box. This thing is a lot lighter than the box. So let me show you guys real quick how to do that. All right, so another benefit of just using that little tool I showed you is you don't have to carry a level with you. But now, since I'm not using that tool, you have to carry a level with you. Now, it's never a good idea to level the top because the box could shift one side or the other. Of course, it could be on the side too. I prefer the side because you have more of a flat spot right here, you guys can see, versus here. I mean, you got all kinds of ridges and bumps. So right here, you got more of a flat spot. So that's what I would recommend. Of course, you can do whatever you want. Anyway, you would just level it up and then you would draw, and I'll show you guys here in just a second. All right, you just draw, and you draw. All right, so this is what you're left with right here. So what you have to do is you have to take and you just have to manually draw a line across, magically make it appear. All right, and that's what you have. So looking at the box, you would only draw right here in this. You would come across this, follow the pencil right here, cross in here, and then you would come down, you go down the bottom of your box. You would do right here, right there. You would draw right here, and then that's what you got. So you have the little ears right here, and then you have, you know, the box. All right, also on a box like this, you have to account for these little divots right here, because obviously it wouldn't go in there because of the way it is. So you know that this is going to be on this side. Well, when you flip it over, it's going to be on this side. So you can just hold like this, and you know that right here, what you have to do is you have to just do like a little loop right here. And that will allow this screw right here to go right past there. And the same on this side, so you have two of them. And what are those for? That is for ganging these switches, and that'll be a whole different video later on. But right now, this is what we're doing. So what we'll do is we'll just cut here, which I'll show you in a second, and then we'll come up, we'll cut around, and so on and so forth. So we'll show you. Now, let me show you the other tool, the good tool, the tool that I'm going to recommend. I'm going to show you how quick and easy that is compared to this one. So we'll just set this right here. With this tool right here, this is the way you would use it in a residential setting, just the way it's sitting. Now, I have a video that you can look up in that corner and you can see it, how to cut in a plastic box if you're interested in seeing it. But with this one, for the metal box, what you have to do is you have to just basically pop it out, pull it out, and boom. So this piece right here, you don't need right now. All you need is this piece. So the good thing about this piece, like I mentioned, is you do not need a level. So having said that, the level is built in, right? So we'll just level it up like so, and we'll draw. Now this thing here makes cutting these boxes in fairly quick and fairly easy. Let me show you. Super easy. All right, and there you go. All right, that's all there is to it. Now I'm going to cut them out, and I'm going to show you guys just how incredibly simple this really and truly is. There's definitely no studs there. So let's cut this one out first. Now this one here, we'll label this the tool. And this one over here, we're going to label it manual. All right, let's cut them out, see what happens. All right, so guys, when you get this box at a Home Depot, Lowe's, your local, supply house, whatever, a lot of the times these ears right here, they are pushed way back. Now what will happen if you leave them like that? The front of this box, I don't know if you guys can tell or not, but right here, you guys can see maybe, there's a lip that will actually hang out of the wall. Now chances of it really screwing up anything, it's slim to none, but you still want to make it as good as possible and as easy as possible for you guys. So what you need to do is there's some screws on the back here. So all you got to do is basically unscrew them a little bit because they are extremely short. So you just want to unscrew them just a little bit, not a whole lot. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull them to the front just a little bit so they hang over just a smidgen. And then you want to hold it down and tighten them down. You always want to make sure that they are tight because this is important. Not, you might lose your box in the wall. Same with this side. We'll go ahead and we'll loosen it up. And we will pull it out in just a second. All right, there we go. Hold them tight. There we go. Now we'll tighten them up. So you want to make sure that they are tight because you don't want to lose your box in the wall at all, because that would suck. Never done that before, but I'm sure it has happened. All right, now let's see if it fits. Oh yeah, perfect. Boom. We'll just put the ears in here in a minute. I'll show you guys how that works. All right, let's go ahead and we'll cut this one in now. All right, let's put the box in and let's see what we got. See how close we are. All right, so we got to take a little more out of the top or the bottom, either one, but depending on where you marked it, you need to make sure so you don't get it too high or too low. So that's just what we're doing. What I'm doing is I'm taking out for these screws right here on the back. But this should go right in now with no problems. Yep, there we go. And see, you want these screw holes to be inside of this, obviously. You don't want it to be out. That way, when you put the receptacle on, everything will be nice and flush. We put the plate and everything on. So earlier, guys, I showed you this box. That hole right there will also work for this. So all you got to do with these, you just pull them in tight, right? So you'll pull it in tight to the box, and then you just squeeze them. So you just squeeze in the ears. You just slap it right on in here. And then push, there's a screw in here, which I'll bring it out in here in a second, I'll show you. And then you just tighten it up. So the screw that is inside there, as you're tightening this thing up, it draws this thing in close and holds it tight to the sheetrock. So these are actually pretty decent boxes. I mean, I kind of do like them a lot. But, it depends on what you're used to and what you like and what's available at the time. All right, I highly recommend that you put your ground screw in first. That way it's in there and you don't have to worry about it. All right, we'll just fold it back in there. It makes it easier to do it now where I have it out rather than trying to do it while it's in there, because that could be very, very hard to do. All right, so when you get these, most of the time they come in like this. And all you gotta do is just break them apart, kind of just roll them back and forth. And then what you're left with now, but these are called, we call them Madison clips is one thing. We call them steamboats because you can see they look like a steamboat, big things, or battleships, Madison clips, F clips because it looks like an F. So, you know, that's basically what they are. And what you want to do is when you put them in, is you want to have one, you see how they got a little divot on them, and then the bottom's flat. So what we like to do is we like to put one of these up, and then one of these down. All right, you don't have to, but you know, that's the way I always was taught, and it seemed to me to be one of the best ways to do it. So all you got to do to put these things in, let's put our box in first. Let me show you. All right, put our box in. Now, what you got to do, the easiest way to do this, let me bring the camera so you guys can hopefully see the best and easiest way to do this. All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to put this just like this. So we're going to put it right beside the box in the sheetrock. All right, we're going to just basically set it in there. Now, the way to easily identify what part you have in where is see how this thing is different from this one. So you know that this is always sit near the flat side, and then this is the curved side. So if it was sitting there like it is right now, it would be like this. So the top is always up. Now, me personally, I always put the top up on the right-hand side. I don't know why. That way I never had to remember which way I did what. So we'll put the big part in first and the small part, and then we'll just work it in and we'll pull it down. Now you want to pull it down just so the bottom of this lip is at the bottom of the box. All right, now I always usually put one in at a time. So we're just going to bend this one back just a little bit so it stays out of our way. All right, so the best way to do this, now there's several ways you can do this. The way that I was taught is the way I'm going to show you. It's kind of easy. You just kind of put a screwdriver in the back here. You pull this up and you pull these tight to the wall, and then you fold them in. All right? So we're going to go ahead and do that. This is probably one of the easiest ways to do it, I think. All right, keep your screwdriver out of the way, and then you just do it like this. All right, we'll pull the gram back so it's out of our way, and we'll do the same thing. Keep your screwdriver out of the way. All right, now what you got to do next is you have to take, like I said, I'm not going to go get my Klein needle nose because most people have something like this. So all you got to do is take it in between your box and just give it a squeeze. All right, get it in there and give it a squeeze. Get in there and give it a squeeze. All right, and now you're good and tight. Now, the way that I have been doing it lately, when I was doing it after I didn't want to use a screwdriver, which is to me a lot easier, I guess if you want to say that, is I would just hold the box in and I would just fold it in. And then I would just do the same thing here. All right, it does the same thing. You still need a pair of Leathermans or needle nose, and then you just squeeze it. All right, and that sucker is not going anywhere. Look, I'm pushing it from the back. It is not going anywhere. It is tight, tight. All right, guys, there you have it. Box is cut in. It's ready to go. It's good and solid, tight. It's not going anywhere. I've had many questions about taping my receptacles. Now, here, there's no code on it. And a lot of people, you know, I don't think they get upset, but they're like, why are you not doing that? You know, they can't understand why. And simple fact for me is, I've told you guys before in my videos that when I was a helper, I worked with a lot of older guys, and they told me that if I had to tape anything, I was trying to hide something. Like I wasn't doing my joints right, or I wasn't making my receptacles right, or I wasn't doing something right. They always told me, if you have to tape them, you're hiding something. And they never taped anything because they wanted to know that when they were done that everything was right. So if you guys want to run tape, believe me, there's nothing wrong with that, especially in metal boxes. When you use F-clips especially. I would probably more likely do it then than any other time because F-clips, you know, they are what they are and they could easily touch, maybe. So if you don't get them tight in there, you know, they could be loose. You know, it's hard to tell. So probably on a metal box, like that metal box with the F-clips, I probably would go ahead and do it. but I usually don't, and there's nothing wrong with it. You know, when people do it, I don't say, what are you doing? Because, you know, hey, if they feel like they need to do it, go ahead. So that is all I'm going to say about it. I have no problems with you doing it. If you do it, don't use cheap electrical tape. Don't go to the swap meet or the flea market and get your tape. Spend a little bit of money, get to 33. I'll leave a link down below. The tape that I do use when I use it, it's the best tape. This is the tape I'm referring to right here. It's called Scotch Super 33. If you're going to use it, use this. It costs a little bit more, but guys, just like anything else in life, you get what you pay for. So I'm telling you, you'll be so much better off in the long run if you use a good quality tape, just like if you use good quality tools, just like if you get the right kind of stuff to work with, guys. Makes it so much easier and so much better. Don't skimp at the very end with cheap tape. Like I said, I'll leave a link down below to Amazon. It's affiliate link, so if you guys want to check it out, you can. But I do recommend it. It's what I use. I mean, you can see I use it, so, and I've got it. So anyway, guys, the next video, or sometime in this realm of electrical videos I will be doing a double gang metal cut-in box, 3 gangs, so on and so forth. I'm going to show you guys how to gang these boxes up, these metal ones. They're really easy to do. If you have any other questions, any ideas, please drop me a comment down below. Let me know what you're thinking. I do want to do some more bending videos. Right now, story time, right? I did hurt my shoulder, and I'm having a surgery on October the 29th. This will probably be out way after that. But regardless, because I've got so many, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to bank a lot of electrical videos right now, which I'll probably, you know, you don't even know, because this will be way later on in the year, past October 29th, more than likely. And, you know, regardless, I'll have my surgery done. I'll probably mention it a few more times because, you know, I am a baby. And anyway, the bending part is going to be, we're going to have to play that one by ear, because it is my right arm that I have to screw with, and it's hard for me to bend with my left hand. I can do it, but I'm more right-handed, so we'll see how it goes. But I do want to get some more bending videos out of the way and just start pumping them out. Now, like I said, I do have a different channel. Right now it's called Megawatt Mike. Probably by the time you see this, it'll probably be called Sparky the Windbag. That was from a viewer, you know who you are. And anyway, I do appreciate that name. It's fun, Sparky the Windbag. Yeah, just check out, they'll be on both channels probably, and, you know, just check them out. And like I said, I have a Patreon, and I have a address down below if you want to send me anything or join my Patreon. You have plenty of perks on Patreon, and thank you to my 2 Patreons that I currently have now. Don't know if I have them when this video comes out or not, but still, thank you for all your support, guys. All that means the world to me. If you like what you see here, like and subscribe. God bless, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day.